Honestly, thank God for the I hate boyfriend era on TikTok because it made me realize I actually did, in fact, hate my boyfriend.
The moment you realize that you hate your boyfriend, that's a conversation we are having in today's video. Years back, we did a video of the moment you realize that you hate your girlfriend, boyfriends, men, they came online, they came on X, and they were talking about that moment that you know that I hate my girlfriend, and a lot of boys were relating like yes, so that moment when everything she does annoys you, when she calls you too much, you're shouting at her, and long and short of all the whole trend that period was that these men, when they don't like you anymore, when they are done with you, they show it in their actions. I feel like when you want to know a man's intention with you, watch his actions, not what he says. So the thing is that they will always show it in their action and act like they hate or show it that they really hate their girlfriend, but maybe they do not say it. And the thing is that they will not tell the girl, like, I'm actually done with you, let's call this off. They will not call anything off. They're not going to break up with you, but they're going to show it in the action that they hate you. But now I saw a trend that there's actually a moment that girlfriends also hate their boyfriend. I understand the moment when wife hates their husband. I understand when wives start hating husband because you're married to the person and divorce sometimes it is not the answer in some relationship. And because there is children involved, there are a lot of assets together, there are a lot of things that have to take place before the divorce, happens. Women are already checked out emotionally in the relationship before they leave. So when I saw the moment I hate my boyfriend, I'm like, okay, so there's actually a moment a girlfriend hates their boyfriend. Let me show you all these videos, then we'll come back and talk about it.
Honestly, thank God for the I hate boyfriend era on TikTok because it made me realize I actually did, in fact, hate my boyfriend. I used to relate to those TikToks all the time. I would kiki because before, like, I remember when I was in my honeymoon of my last relationship, I was like, oh my God, I don't care how people hate their boyfriend. What? I love my boyfriend. And then they started becoming too fucking real. That era woke me up because, like, without that era, I didn't realize how subconsciously I was resenting my boyfriend instead of actually just breaking up with him. Way over. And also, kind of realized I had freaking issues because why did I feel this much hatred towards my own partner? And I feel like if you have been there before, like you love somebody so much, but then you start realizing their true character, or just more like how you're less and less more compatible. Like love, like you can't just use love because like you start. I don't know how to describe it. Like you have to be there to be there. But thank God, hopefully you never have to experience a relationship like that. As that, it was a really funny era. Also, the Henry Danger memes were hella funny. But like, if you ever relate to that shit, break up with your fucking boyfriend. I'm sorry, break up with him. You should not hate him or your girlfriend or anything. Like you should not hate your partner. Like you need to leave them. Also, you're young as fuck. Please leave. You're not married to the motherfucker. Go.
Imagine hating your boyfriend, not because he's evil, but because your nervous system is tired of being in survival mode. Sometimes the I hate him feeling is actually your nervous system saying, I don't feel safe. Not necessarily physically, but emotionally. You're overstimulated, you're overthinking, you're on edge. So you start blaming him for everything. He breathes wrong, you hate him. He chews too loud, you loathe him. But deep down, you're just exhausted, burnt out, unhealed. Your body is associating love with stress, and your body is trying to protect you by rejecting the closest person to you. So, ladies, instead of spiraling, pause. And I want you to ask yourself, am I safe or am I triggered? Because honestly, if you're always hating the people you claim you love, maybe it's not them. Maybe it's your nervous system begging you to heal. If you're new here, my name is Jazz. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. Bye, guys.
Maloney asked, ladies, how did you realize you hated your boyfriend? And the response is, let's go. He walked over to me, passed the table of drinks to interrupt my convo and asked me to get him a drink. I asked him to explain why his legs and hands suddenly stopped working as if his long throat still does. No, but why did he do that? Sometimes these men move so mad. Go and get your own drink, bro. I was in hospital after surgery. I could barely walk. He showed up with his friend and talked how his fucking day was, he was doing, etc. Not one question about my well-being. He was annoying before, but that day the feeling turned into pure disgust. That was the end of it. And I agree. How can you be in hospital, laying on your hospital bed, and he hasn't even asked you how your day is? What kind of madness is that? No. No care, no love, no respect. We had a newborn. I knew there was going to be a lot of comments about newborns and like children, but this is one of the ones. We had a newborn. He slept in the same room and admitted he pretended to still be asleep when our baby woke up crying because I'd have to come in to nurse anyway. Are you not a parent? Are you not a parent? Wake up too. And you know how exhausting the first like weeks and months after having a baby is, and you're just pretending to sleep. Shame on you, shame. When he wouldn't buy a vacuum and cleaning supplies for his place while I developed an allergy for dust mites at his place. But the man would buy 2 pairs of sneakers every month and a flat screen TV every year. His nasty living quarters did it for me. Oh no. So I'm sick because you can't clean your own place. Yeah, it's actual hate. It's actual hate at this point. I love an Aloni thread, like honestly. In fact, if you guys like it, I'll bring you back some more because the comments on this thread were sending me, absolutely sending me, mate.
The phase in a relationship where a girlfriend starts hating her boyfriend. I really didn't think it was gonna come to this, but it has. It is official. You guys have lost your damn fucking marbles. I am very perplexed right now. And when I read this comment, I thought, what the fuck is going on? And what I think we first need to do is define a couple of words and terms, okay? Hate refers to an intense dislike, okay? So you intensely dislike this person. Contempt refers to the feeling that a person or a thing is beneath you. Ultimately, you consider this thing or this person worthless. Now, what I think happens is resentment, which essentially means you are bitter about being treated unfairly. Hate versus contempt are different because hate, when you hate someone, you think that the core of their being is evil. And honestly, most of these men are. But contempt actually judges someone to be inferior. So someone is less than, lower in their status, lower in rank, lower in quality, just essentially beneath you. I truly cannot relate to this idiocracy and this mindset of actually saying out loud and justifying that you fucking hate the person that you were in a relationship with. Like, if this is what dating has come to, like, seriously, stop dating. Guys, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, at this point, it literally is better to just be alone if you're gonna hate the person that you're in a relationship with. Ultimately, what it comes down to is you're not vetting these people. You're in a relationship for the wrong reasons. You have done very little to no work on yourself. Like, it is the same. I say the same things over and over again. You can always do better and you can always choose better. And if you refuse to do the internal work on yourself, you will attract a person that matches and that fulfills the same broken parts of you that you are trying to ignore. At the end of the day, you have to want more for yourself. You have to think that you are deserving and worthy of more. And if you don't, then you will find yourself in a relationship with people that you have to beg to do things for, people that you have to mother, people that don't respect you, people that don't actually love you, narcissists, abusers. Like, you will inevitably get into those relationships because that's all that you know. Or that's all that you think you deserve. And that's why it's so important to do the necessary work before you even enter into a relationship. Like, a relationship is the last thing, should be the last thing on your mind, honey. Should be the last thing that you think about if you haven't done any internal work on yourself. If you haven't fixed yourself, if you haven't healed, if you haven't done the necessary work on yourself, if you don't truly believe that you are worthy of good things, that you are worthy of a love that comes without struggle, that you don't need to constantly prove your worth and stick by a man who does you dirty for fucking ever in order to prove how much of a good fucking woman that you are. At the end of the day, we all have to take accountability. We all have to take accountability. At some point, you got to look yourself in the fucking mirror and say, and acknowledge that what you are not changing, you are actively choosing. You are actively choosing to stay. You are actively choosing to be with someone who offers you fucking nothing, and then resent them because of that. Your resentment comes from the fact that you wish you could leave, but you don't think that you're worthy of more, and so you don't. And that is a harsh reality I think a lot of women can relate to. Instead of justifying why you hate your partner, you should leave your partner and focus on your confidence, focus on your self-worth, focus on your value, and focus on essentially you. If you have not dated yourself and done the work long enough on yourself to attract a healthy partner, you're never gonna get a healthy partner. You're never going to get that healthy relationship. You're going to continue to scroll on social media, see everybody posting highlights of their relationship, in love, traveling, doing all the things, getting gifts, getting flowers, and you're struggling for the bare minimum with a guy who literally doesn't care. What is the point of being in a relationship at that point? Like what is actually the point? There is no point. There is no point. And people always want to say, oh, but it's so difficult and all these things. Like, yeah, sure. Like it's not fucking easy. Like nothing is fucking easy, but everybody wants a cop out. Everybody wants the easiest solution. It's actually easier to complain about your relationship than to fucking leave it. And you need to know in your heart of hearts that you're worth more than being in a relationship with someone you fucking hate. Yes, I can see where this was going in terms of like, women do more naturally. Women are always giving. Women have human giver syndrome. If you haven't read The Secret to Unlocking the Stress Cycle, please do that now. I think that that's your required reading before you even want to enter into a relationship, because people think that like, oh, we're just in this partnership and it's going to be cute and we're going to get married and we're going to have kids. And nobody wants to think critically. Nobody wants to vet these guys. Like, you're essentially tying yourself to a man who can't do shit for you. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think he's just going to take a pill randomly one morning, wake up a good fucking man who wants to provide for you, who wants to do all of the things that you want him to do? Like, he's not. Take him at face fucking value. In this situation, it almost always benefits you 310% more to just be alone and be self-sufficient and independent outside of these relationships with people that you fucking hate. Like, have we seriously gone this far? Like, this is bad. This is very bad. I feel like this is also an epidemic. Like, we have an epidemic of, males that are alone. But like, I think there's an increasingly high epidemic of women that are in relationships with awful people that they fucking hate, and they feel like, I can't leave, or I can't do better. And that's why, if you follow me, I will brainwash you into believing that you are actually worthy of an amazing relationship with an amazing partner. And even if that doesn't happen, that your life is still amazing and great because you are amazing and fucking great. Can we please stop with this fucking bullshit?
Women are now in men's field. A lot of things that men are doing to women are doing it better now. They are doing it way, way better to men. Okay? And now I get it why. If you get to a stage whereby your boyfriend annoys you, irritates you, I feel like that moment you see that you've outgrown him. I feel like the moment that you start saying that he's not actually emotional, matured. The moment when you realize that you're actually the one doing literally everything, or the moment you see that it doesn't even help you with anything, it's not adding anything to your life. I feel like maybe that's when women realize and start hating their boyfriends. But the good thing is, he's your boyfriend and you can still break up, okay? It's not yet your husband. It's not that when you get to a stage whereby you're already hating your boyfriend and you're like, maybe I can still love him again because I loved him at first. and you try to manage and get married to him, it's gonna be worse, really. I feel like hating your boyfriend is better than hating your husband, right? And if you're in a relationship with your boyfriend and you're already realizing that you don't even like him anymore, it annoys you, pisses you off, it's better to just leave and move to the next person. Period. You can outgrown your boyfriend, you can get tired of the relationship, you can get tired of the way he does or the way he talks. Anything can make you get tired of your boyfriend. And I feel like once you get to the stage whereby things are irritating you, you're already not feeling the relationship anymore, it's better to just let go. Don't be like the men that will stay in a relationship and push you away before you go. I just feel like just walk away because there's no point. Because most of the time, women or men benefit more in the relationship. So the fact that you're still in that relationship, they're getting one or two from you. So if you're not feeling the relationship anymore, you're already hating your boyfriend, I feel like it's wise for you to just let him go. Some people do not leave their boyfriend that they hate or they're already starting to hate because they have already introduced their boyfriend to their family members. And I don't know if it happens in your side, but in my side, once you've already introduced your boyfriend to your mom or your dad, and you guys want to break up or you're having issues, they will always want to settle things for you. The families will come together and be like, no, 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 you guys don't have to fight. You guys have to come together. They'll always want to settle things. And because the fact that you already introduced them to your family, they feel like you guys are already in a serious relationship and you cannot break up. It looks like you're already married, right? But you're not married per se. So the fact that you already introduced them to your family members, they'll start asking like, are you your boyfriend? And the fact that you don't feel the boy anymore, your family members want to always push things on the women, on the girls, and be like, why don't you want to be with him? He's a nice person. He has money. He has this. He has that. They try to talk you to you and make you feel like you had a problem. You are the one that is not patient. You're the thing is, long and short of it is, even if you've introduced him to your grandfather or whoever, or probably all your friends know him, or probably you've been with him for years and you feel like your result or your main goal in that relationship is for him to get married to you. The fact that you already start feeling like you don't like him anymore, you already start feeling, do I really, you're already confused at that point. Don't even go further in that relationship. Don't think that, oh, because of shame or because of the years that you've wasted with him, let me just continue the relationship and see how it goes. Don't see how it goes, okay? The fact that you're already feeling that way at that stage of your relationship, it is not going to get better, and that's it. Anyways, what is your take on girlfriends that are now hating their boyfriend? The fact that they realize that they're not hating their boyfriend. What is your take? Let's have conversation down in the comment section. Respectfully, it's your girl Mariah Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.